on 4 News Now at 6. East Valley voters will soon decide on the school district's $220 million bond. We'll show you why administrators say repairs can't wait and what it could mean for your wallet.
The gray, cold weather pattern continues to stick around, but there's a bit of optimism ahead. I'm tracking some signs of sunshine on the way. I'll show you when we could finally see brighter skies.
And trash pickup can soon cost you more in Spokane. The Washington law that could raise your rates up to 20%, and what city leaders are doing to try to bring down the cost. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, the schools in East Valley School District were built over 50 years ago, and the district says they don't just need upgrades, they need to be rebuilt. And that is why the district is asking voters to approve a $220 million bond during next month's special election.
The money would help the district build a brand new middle school and high school. For a home worth $400,000, the bond would cost homeowners $65 a month. Madeline Mullins shares why the school district says it's crucial these improvements happen now.
For nearly 60 years, the halls of East Valley Middle and High School have been busy with students. And over time, the wear and tear has added up.
We have a roofing company that's here almost weekly patching. Last week we had, during a basketball game, when the kids were on the far end of the court, we had someone mopping up the water that's leaking from the roof.
The district says the schools are well past the point of repair. They need a full rebuild.
Our custodial and maintenance staff have done an excellent job of trying to continue to maintain our buildings, but you can only put on so many Band-Aids.
And that's why the district is asking for a $220 million bond to rebuild the middle and high schools and have money to make the necessary repairs at all of the other buildings in the district. If passed, it would be the first bond approved by voters in 30 years.
This bond won't just facilitate cosmetic upgrades to both the middle school and high schools, but it will also improve facilities, bringing them up to industry standards.
Our science classes are very outdated.
The bond would cost $1.96 per $1,000 of assessed property value. That's an extra $65 a month if you own a $400,000 home. But the district says since this bond would take over when another levy is expiring, those homeowners would only see an increase of $41 a month. Some parents in the district say that is money well spent.
I know it's the right decision for our community. Our schools are in such disrepair.
Others say it's just too much of an increase. Voters have until February 10th to return their ballots, and the bond needs a 60% voter approval to pass. In Spokane Valley, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Now to some breaking news. It was a case watched around the nation, and the verdict came in just the last 30 minutes. A jury found a former Uvalde School District police officer not guilty of 29 counts of child endangerment or abandonment. This stems from the 2022 school shooting in Uvalde that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. Prosecutors argued Officer Adrian Gonzalez failed to follow his active shooter training and did nothing to stop the gunman in the early moments of the shooting, despite having enough time and information. The defense said Gonzalez did not see the gunman when he arrived at the school and worked to evacuate students from classrooms. Again, late today, he was acquitted of those charges.
The Moses Lake School District is asking for the community's input as it plans a new elementary school. District leaders say the proposal would build a new school on the current North Elementary site, combining students from North and Larson Heights Elementaries into one school community. According to the district, the plan is based on enrollment trends, the condition of the existing buildings, and financial planning. The district is inviting parents and community members to learn more and ask questions at a public forum. That meeting will take place on Monday, January 26th at Larson Heights at 6 p.m. All right, it has been a few days since we've seen the sun down here in the valleys.
It's been a while. There's hope on the horizon, though. Our team of weather experts are tracking some breaks from all this gray and dull weather. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker.
Yes, here are 4 things to know about your weather. We do have another day of the cold and clouds for Thursday, but then we're going to have a shift in our winds on Friday. Northeasterly winds not particularly strong, but enough movement and dry, cold air coming in that we could see some sunshine. That is going to set us up for even colder conditions for the weekend, particularly overnight. Right now, looking over downtown Spokane, we have the overcast in place. Once again, no surprise. Look at our temperatures for today. Only 2 degrees separation. 28 was our high. 35 is our average high. And we started the day off at 26 degrees. Sunset these days at 4:35. Around the region, high temperatures stayed below freezing in most locations. Did get up to freezing in Sandpoint, but it was 33 in Lewiston, 33 in Omak, and 34 in the Tri-Cities. Tomorrow, a day very much like today. Low clouds and fog, 27 degrees to start the day. May get up to a high of 31. 35 is our average high. Lot of minor changes that could make a big difference in our forecast coming up for the weekend. I'll explain in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. Well, a 16-year-old is facing charges for stealing from and pepper spraying a business owner in downtown Spokane. According to Spokane police, the teenage girl walked into Petunia and Loomis, took a beanie, and quickly left. When the owner went outside to confront the girl and 2 guys who were with her, he was pepper sprayed. Police tracked down the teen, and she now faces theft and robbery charges.
Spokane County has more than 70 of these flock cameras spread throughout the area. The sheriff's office says they've been an incredibly valuable tool for addressing vehicle theft. Since they were installed 3 years ago, SCSO says vehicle theft reports have gone down 54%. The sheriff is sharing this as lawmakers are pushing for stricter privacy regulations. Alexandra Konyards joins us from the intersection of Francis and Market, where one of these cameras can be found. Alexandra, how are these helping address vehicle theft?
Yeah, Derek, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office tells me that one of these flock cameras can do the work of more than 70 deputies. Now, that's because in the past, a deputy on patrol would actually have to spot a stolen car and see its license plate, whereas these cameras are doing that constantly and are having a perfect memory of exactly which vehicles are stolen in the area. They're an instrumental part of law enforcement investigations.
Our vehicle theft rates in Spokane County have actually dropped more than the state average has over the last couple of years.
Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says that is directly correlated to flock cameras, a type of automated license plate reader, also known as an ALPR. But others fear these are doing more than just capturing criminals.
ALPRs collect sensitive data at massive scale about ordinary people who are not suspected of any wrongdoing.
T. Sannon with the ACLU testified yesterday in support of Senate Bill 6002, emphasizing the privacy concerns raised by many Washingtonians about the lack of regulations on flock cameras, data that in some jurisdictions was previously accessible by federal immigration agents.
ALPR data should be retained for the shortest period of time possible. A 72-hour limit is a start, but shorter retention better reduces the risk of misuse or breach.
That is what the Spokane County Sheriff's Office disagrees with. Right now, the data is deleted after 30 days. If the bill passes, it would be gone after 3 days. Sheriff John Knowles contends it's not enough time for their investigations.
It would really make the system far less effective, and in a very narrow set of circumstances would it be successful.
Now, one thing that both sides can agree on is that the data collected by flock cameras should not be open for public records. Now, the Senate bill will be discussed tomorrow by the Law and Justice Committee. For now, reporting live from Spokane County, Alexandra Konyards, 4 News Now.
Alexandra, thank you. Another bill being considered in Olympia would provide more funding to Maddie's Place here in Spokane. The local nonprofit supports babies and their parents as they recover from substance use disorders. If approved, the bill would require the state to provide funding until a long-term plan is put in place. That money would come from Washington's opioid abatement settlement. Supporters of the bill say thousands of babies born in Washington each year are exposed to drugs and need specialized medical and non-medical care. A public hearing on the proposal is scheduled for Friday in a Senate committee.
Families are more worried about debt than they've been since the start of the pandemic.
We'll show you why even those with excellent credit are feeling the squeeze and what you can do to protect your score. In a Supreme Court case that could reshape the independence of the Federal Reserve, justices weigh in on whether a president can fire a central bank leader without a hearing and why the ruling could impact interest rates nationwide.
And gym goers on Spokane South Hill have been waiting years for the new Move Fitness to open. What's preventing the project from moving forward? Next on 4 News Now.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls Volkswagen.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Each month, 4 News Now is focusing on a topic that's important to our community by helping to get the message out. This is good for you to know. In Spokane, one charter school is redefining education with a unique approach that puts students' choices first while offering smaller class sizes.
The relationship between students and staff is really different. It's a lot more personal because there's less of us.
I really just liked it here. I walked in, I'm like, wow, this is impressive.
With a community-driven focus, open and inclusive classrooms, student-driven projects, and a focus on the arts, innovation isn't your typical high school experience.
This school has made me genuinely feel prepared for the future.
The teachers here, I love them all. They're all amazing people.
Innovation High School is a tuition-free public high school right here in Spokane, now enrolling students in grades 9 through 12. See their unique approach to education firsthand.
You feel a lot more connected. It doesn't really feel like school. It just feels like another place that I go in my day-to-day life.
Schedule a tour to see why students are choosing innovation.
Every child deserves a chance to dream big. If You Could Save Just One provides a supportive space where youth can discover their passions and potential.
Positive activities and caring relationships help youth build resilience and create paths to success. At Just One, we offer free programs, mentorships, and resources that help kids in Spokane Hilliard neighborhood build brighter futures.
Numerica is proud to donate $1,000 to Just One because strong communities start with strong kids. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
It's 2026 and Bill's Heating is celebrating the new year with an incredible offer. $26 tune-ups for a limited time. That's a full professional heating system check to keep your furnace running safely, efficiently, and reliably through the heart of winter. Our service trucks are already on the road, and when a Bill's Heating technician pulls into your driveway, you know your comfort is in good hands. So call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up. Bill's Heating, comfort you can count on.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Well, you may have driven past this old Albertsons building at 37th and Grand that has a coming soon sign on it for Move Fitness. But that building is sat empty for the last 4 years while Move continues to delay construction. So what's keeping this project from moving forward?
Yeah, some Move Fitness members say they bought memberships expecting that new location to open soon. Derek Strom is live at 37th and Grand with the story.
Kirsten, Derek, one Move Fitness member I spoke with says they were convinced to get a membership at the other South Hill location 2 years ago because it said it was going to raise its rates once this location opened up. They said it's been disappointing to see how little progress has been made on construction here. People living near 37th and Grand say having a gym near their house would be convenient, but they're not very optimistic that anything will be built here anytime soon, especially a new Move Fitness.
And this has been literally empty for more than 3 years since the old grocery store moved out a couple years, and then everyone was all excited that this was going to be a new thing.
Members say the other South Hill location for Move Fitness even had mock-ups displayed of what the new location would look like.
Going back to when I first joined, they had a big sign, with all of the floor plans and everything. Coming soon, new location, right there prominently, right there by the locker rooms. And over time, that sign eventually went away.
According to city permit records, Move Fitness recently requested yet another extension on its permit to remodel the building, saying the ownership team is going through a reorganization. We reached out to Move for comment, and they sent a statement saying in part, quote, "The South Hill location remains part of our long-term plans, and we're continuing to move forward through the phases of planning and coordination. But until there's any progress, people say they're tired of looking at the boarded-up windows."
They keep it up a little better than it is and get rid of the graffiti that happens every now and then and things like that. And, the parking lot's going to, get to a point, it's not maintained. It'll start cracking up.
Other people living nearby that I spoke with say they miss having a grocery store so close to where they live, and others suggested the idea of tearing this building down entirely and building a park here instead. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Cloudy skies this evening, not much fog around the region. However, 27 will be holding steady at that number through the overnight. We have much colder nights ahead in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you about it in just a minute.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the National RV Show and Sale, January 15th through the 19th.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we can't fix. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. Call Precision Garage Door today for real people and same-day solutions.
Precision Garage Door service, a name you can trust.
Style or substance? Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Work at 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
That's textbook form if I've ever seen it, Bob.
Sure is. Look here, his max bet technique is flawless. He's got a real shot at the podium today.
Amazing what years of absolutely no physical training can do.
Introducing Northern Quest $60,000 podium payout. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Plus, earn 4 times entries every Tuesday, and you could take home $25 grand. Northern Quest's podium payout. Athleticism optional.
It's the home remodeling sale. This week at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Shop where the contractors go to get warehouse pricing on hundreds of exotic new looks. From water-resistant laminate flooring to beautiful new entry doors or stair posts and components. Windsor Plywood has a variety of fun items to give your home, office, or cabin a new look for the new year.
Windsor Plywood.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we can't fix. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. Call Precision Garage Door today for real people and same-day solutions.
Precision Garage Door service, a name you can trust.
Everyone wants to know who will be nominated. Now tomorrow, live on GMA, the Oscar nominations will be revealed. No one does Oscars like. Go on, tell him, Conan.
Good morning, America.
We have a live look to show you of some people braving the cold temperatures, hitting the slopes for night skiing at Mount Spokane Ski and Snowboard Park. Wish we were there. That would be fun. The resort announced it is dropping the price of lift tickets to $50 as they wait for more snow. And that is the question everyone in the newsroom has asked Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker all day.
And did you see what I did when they asked?
You ran away, right?
I just fled.
Because all those ski resorts need a lot more snow.
Yeah. We could use some more snow.
Yeah.
That is for sure. It's not coming, but there is some cold. So at least we're maintaining the snow that we have. If it were rainy and warm, that would be the worst case scenario. And I'm going to tell you, a groomer on a sunny day is hard to beat. And there's some good conditions to be found. It doesn't have to all be a powder day to enjoy the snow. It's very European, the groomers. I'm selling it. 27 and cloudy right now in Spokane. It is cloudy in Coeur d'Alene as well. Winds, we have barely had a hint of a breeze around the region the past few days. You might get a little breeze from time to time, but it is relatively calm. And we are going to see this pick up a little bit. And normally I would not make a big deal about a 10-mile-per-hour wind on any given day, but that is going to be all the difference. We're going from tomorrow, where things will be completely calm, to getting a little bit of a breeze on Friday, just 10 miles per hour. But here is the difference from the northeast. That's where we get our coldest weather. That is where we get our driest air. and that movement in the atmosphere along with that dry, cold air should be enough to scour out our inversion and start to see some sunshine. Already saw it today at Lookout Pass and portions of western Montana, and that is just going to continue to creep through the inland northwest as the Arctic air makes its way our direction. Calmer conditions for Saturday and Sunday. Big picture, and I'm going to take you on to the really big picture of what is going on. Some of the coldest air of the year is dropping down into the central part of the country. We are still on the very eastern edge of a strong ridge of high pressure, but things will begin to change as we get into Friday. Here's Friday at 5 o'clock, and we are getting more of a northerly flow, plus the Arctic air is going to make its way through the passes, slopping over the Continental Divide into the inland northwest, and that is going to take its toll. You know, I always compare weather and nature in general. It balances itself out. Somebody's getting weather. We haven't had anything for a week, but as you may have seen on World News, here's Friday, things are going to get pretty dynamic over the rest of the country with snow and bitter cold as that Arctic air makes its way into the upper Midwest. We are going to be quiet, but it is going to be chilly. Temperatures will be down in the 20s and low 30s for highs, starting to warm up toward the middle of next week, and the trends are for that to continue. Thursday's highs, 31 in Meade and Deer Park and Cheney and Spangle, just 30 at the airport, 31 in Hayden, 34 tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene, and 38 in Lewiston. Many locations staying below freezing. Here's another big part of that cold air coming in. Some of the lowest temperatures of the season so far. We have not spent much time in the teens, so that's the downside of those clear skies. We'll get some sunshine, but we'll also have some cold nights ahead. Kirsten.
Yeah, the heater's working overtime at my house. Thank you, Chris. Well, many of us are feeling more anxious about finances. New data showing concerns about missing debt payments are at their highest level since the early days of the pandemic.
Karen Kafa breaks down what's driving that stress and why improving your credit score could matter more than ever.
Consumers have been more anxious about falling behind on their debt and also their ability to obtain new credit. That's according to a recent survey from the New York Federal Reserve. Missed payments can lower credit scores and hike interest payments, but there are a few things to do to turn that around. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York found Americans haven't been this anxious about missing debt payments since the early shock of the COVID-19 pandemic in April 2020. Consumers still feeling squeezed by elevated post-pandemic inflation and debt that came with it.
It is a challenging time, but it's important for people to understand that they have more power over their money and over their interest rates than they think they do.
LendingTree recently analyzed records of 100,000 users with exceptional credit scores of at least 800. They found those consumers averaged $171,553 in debt, including mortgages, up 14.2% from October 2022. Despite taking on a bigger burden than a few years ago, those borrowers paid their bills on time every month. They kept credit utilizations low, averaging just 5.5% of available credit, and limited inquiries for new credit, averaging just 1.7 over the past 2 years. All key elements, Matt Schultz, LendingTree's chief consumer finance analyst, says, leading to a higher credit score.
It doesn't even have to be perfect credit. It doesn't have to be an 800 credit score for you to basically have an awful lot of options when it comes to credit cards, mortgages, personal loans, on down the line.
And in an uncertain labor market, improving a credit score could improve chances of a job or promotion. Only 11 states have laws on the books prohibiting the use of credit reports when making employment decisions, with exceptions for some roles. Consumer debt has been more expensive in recent years as the Federal Reserve has kept its benchmark interest rate elevated in an effort to curb inflation. They've slowly dialed that benchmark interest rate back in recent months to help, in part, to support the sluggish job market. They'll announce their next decision on interest rates next Wednesday.
Well, Ford is recalling about 116,000 vehicles due to a potential fire risk. The recall includes certain Focus, Explorer, and Lincoln vehicles. The model years range from 2013 to 2019. According to the recall notice, the engine block heaters may crack and develop coolant leaks. As a result, the block heater may short circuit when it's plugged in, which will increase the risk of a fire. Owners should not plug in their block heaters until the problem is fixed. Dealers will replace them for free.
Stores in 21 states are taking Live It Up Super Greens powdered supplement off the shelves because of a link to a salmonella outbreak. The recall includes the original and wild berry flavors. At least 45 cases of salmonella have been reported, with 2 cases in Washington. The products were also sold on the company's website, as well as through Amazon and Walmart. Well, still ahead, a rare bit of good news for drivers. Gas prices are expected to drop this year, potentially saving Americans billions at the pump. We'll break down why this is happening and what could still drive prices back up.
And the Supreme Court is weighing just how much control a president has over the Federal Reserve. Coming up, we'll show you how this case could impact your wallet and the nation's financial stability. Next on 4 News Now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating Cooling.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
I'm a real wild one.
Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild. Which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for just $279 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King.
Coming to Spokane for 3 weeks only this January. Get your tickets today at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Without my good feet, I would not be able to do this. And remember, I'm in my 60s.
Well, around the nation, a key argument before the U.S. Supreme Court today could affect global financial markets. Justices are weighing whether the president can fire a Federal Reserve member over alleged negligence without a hearing.
Congress designed the Fed to stay independent to protect financial stability. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has the latest.
The Supreme Court hearing arguments in a critical case over the president's power to fire leaders of the nation's central bank. President Trump moved last year to fire Lisa Cook, a Biden appointee to the Federal Reserve Board. Cook's term runs 14 years, but the administration argues the president was within his rights to fire her under the for-cause standard found in the Federal Reserve Act. Officials point to 2 mortgage applications Cook filed in 2021, claiming each property was to be her primary residence.
The American people should not have their interest rates determined by someone who was, at best, grossly negligent in obtaining favorable interest rates for herself.
The Justice Department has opened a criminal investigation, but Cook firmly denies any wrongdoing. Her lawyer says it was an inadvertent mistake, saying she told her bank that one of the properties was a vacation home. At the oral argument, both conservative and liberal justices indicated they're skeptical of the administration's position that the president should have complete discretion to determine what constitutes cause for a Fed governor's firing.
The president need not provide any notice. The president need not provide any hearing. The president just really has to say, Ms. Cook, you're fired.
I mean, that would weaken, if not shatter, the independence of the Federal Reserve that we just discussed.
Cook watching from the court's gallery. In a statement today, Cook said the case is about whether the Federal Reserve will set key interest rates guided by evidence and independent judgment, or will succumb to political pressure. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, also now facing a criminal probe for his testimony about the Fed's ongoing renovation, also attended today's argument in person. Powell has claimed he's become a target for a criminal investigation because the Fed hasn't brought down interest rates as quickly as the president has demanded. He denies any wrongdoing. Powell's term as Fed chair is set to expire in May. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Still ahead, President Trump now says he won't use force to acquire Greenland.
How he plans on gaining control of the Arctic island and how world leaders are reacting coming up. And your trash bill could soon be going up. City leaders say a carbon tax on Spokane's waste-to-energy facility may be passed on to customers. What city leaders are doing to try to keep costs down.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Multiple boat dealerships all in one place. Shop and compare all in one place. One place that's heated and family friendly. Come see us at the Spokane Boat Show.
One Night in Memphis, the nationally acclaimed tribute concert featuring top rock and roll legends. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, January 29th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 5th. Clay Walker stands as a towering figure in country music with electrifying performances. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, March 5th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house, every day, by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients. And sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
It's bigger and better. The original annual Spokane Boat Show is 4 days with major dealers from the region. Family friendly and free parking at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, the cost of getting your trash picked up could be going up in Spokane. That's because of current state law that would require the city to purchase millions of dollars worth of carbon tax credits.
And now city leaders have traveled to Olympia this week to push back on the $8 million tax increase that could affect your bill. Angela Hara explains what's being done to try to lower costs.
If you ever had to drop off a load at the Spokane waste-to-energy facility, you may have noticed that there's a foul smell inside. But what could stink even more is the $8 million tax that they'll soon have to pay and could be passed down to trash customers.
City officials traveled to Olympia this week hoping to convince lawmakers to delay the tax under the Carbon Commitment Act. It would require the city to purchase carbon tax credits to offset the facility's carbon footprint. And officials hope they're given a longer grace period to comply.
We believe that there's a way for us to move forward and be responsible stewards of our environment, but what we need is time to make those changes.
The city says converting trash into electricity is much more environmentally friendly compared to other disposal options. And point out, regular landfills don't have to pay the tax.
We want to be able to be treated fairly with other communities, and we also recognize that waste to energy is actually a better environmental outcome for our world.
The city also shares that if officials have no luck delaying the bill, they've estimated the residents could expect a 20% increase on their garbage bills.
It's absolutely critical that we try to maintain rates that make sense. They can't do without garbage service. They can't do without clean drinking water. So maintaining affordable utility rates is really important to us.
In Spokane, Angela Hara, 4 News Now.
Well, we'll soon finally be getting a break from all of our gray and dull weather.
But don't let the sun fool you. It's still going to be cold, really cold. Send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. And Chris, you were saying that we haven't really seen a lot of teens this winter.
No, in fact, we've only dropped into the teens one day in Spokane. Very unusual. We've not had a tremendous cold snap, but there are some teens in the 7-day forecast. 4 things to know. More cold and clouds for tomorrow. It's going to be a repeat performance of what we have seen so far. But then a subtle shift in our winds on Friday from the northeast is going to bring in some drier air and the potential for some sunshine, but it's also going to bring even colder air along with it heading into the weekend, and those clear skies often lead to very cold nights. So that's the good thing about this blanket of clouds that we have been living under for more than a week now. It keeps our temperatures from free falling at night like they will once our sky is clear. So we'll start the day off tomorrow at 27 degrees. Overcast conditions and a high of 31, 35 is our average high. I've got some Wildlife Wednesday photos to share with you. That's coming up along with your 7-day forecast. Derek?
All right, looking forward to that. Well, a man is now facing charges for shoplifting and commanding his dog to attack a store manager in Spokane Valley. It all happened last night at a store near Montgomery and Argonne when deputies tried to stop 31-year-old Michael Espinoza. He's said to have commanded his 75-pound dog to bite the store manager. Investigators say Espinoza resisted arrest and hit one of the deputies with his knee. He was eventually arrested, and investigators learned there was an active warrant out for his arrest out of Grant County.
Around the Northwest.
And that I will faithfully and impartially.
And that I will faithfully and impartially.
Discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties.
Of Justice of the Washington Supreme Court.
Of Justice of the Washington Supreme Court.
Well, this is the newest member of the Washington Supreme Court, Spokane native Colleen Melody. She was appointed back in November by Governor Bob Ferguson, and she says she is ready to uphold both the U.S. and Washington state constitution.
Washingtonians deserve judges who will serve with integrity and humility and a deep respect for Washington's independent role as a sovereign state in our constitutional system.
For more than 10 years, Justice Melody has led the Attorney General's Office Civil Rights Division since it was created in 2015. According to the governor's office, she has also successfully argued multiple cases against the Trump administration.
Around the world tonight, President Donald Trump is in Switzerland, where he doubled down on his demands for control of Greenland.
The president also told world leaders he won't use force to annex the Arctic island. ABC's Ivan Rodriguez has more.
In his clearest statement yet, President Donald Trump ruled out using the military to acquire control of Greenland.
I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
In a wide-ranging speech that lasted more than an hour, Trump took aim at Switzerland, the host country for the World Economic Forum. He warned Canada to be grateful to the U.S. and questioned NATO's commitment to defend the U.S.
The United States is treated very unfairly by NATO. I want to tell you that. And when you think about it, nobody can dispute it. We give so much, and we get so little in return.
Trump also slammed Denmark as ungrateful for refusing to relinquish control of Greenland, contending that the nation owed the U.S. for defending it during World War II. Repeatedly, the president also named Iceland when it appeared he meant to refer to Greenland.
After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? but we did it. But we gave it back. But how ungrateful are they now? I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right, last time?
California Governor Gavin Newsom was in the audience and called the president's speech, quote, remarkably insignificant.
He was never going to invade Greenland. It was never real. So that was always a fade. And so he says, well, we should negotiate. Well, everybody here has been willing to negotiate for a year. So it had fire and fury signifying absolutely nothing.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
All right, Gonzaga returns home after back-to-back road wins.
Yeah, they face the Pepperdine Waves, currently at the bottom of the WCC.
This game is currently underway, but we're going to bring you all what the Zags really need to do tonight to ride these waves again. We have the full Zags preview, plus a Seahawks update, all coming up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Discover unique treasures at the Small Biz Shop. Browse local vendors offering everything from gifts to home decor. Support our community's entrepreneurs and find something special today. Visit us at River Park Square's lower level.
Out with the old and in with the new. Upgrade your home at an affordable price this year at Runge Furniture's January clearance sale. Right now, you can shop huge savings on stylish sofas, cozy sectionals and recliners, bedroom, dining room, all at low clearance prices. Start 2026 in a home you love at Runge Furniture in Coeur d'Alene. Shop price, shop selection, shop local. Shop Runge Furniture.
Input costs are high.
And prices are low.
Agriculture requires all of us to work together.
It's where we connect.
Learn what works.
And spread optimism.
And spread optimism.
That's why we need you at the Spokane Ag Show, February 3rd through the 5th.
At the Spokane Convention Center.
Let's show up together and move agriculture forward.
Move agriculture forward.
And move agriculture forward.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we haven't seen and nothing we can't fix. The biggest concern we hear is, my car is trapped. I can't get to work. That's why we provide same-day solutions. At Precision, garage doors and openers are all we do, and we know tomorrow is too late. Broken spring, door stuck, no job too big or too small. If it can be fixed, we'll fix it. Quality service quickly. That's what you get with Precision. Call Precision Garage Door today for real people and same-day solutions.
Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust.
Discover unique treasures at the Small Biz Shop. Browse local vendors offering everything from gifts to home decor. Support our community's entrepreneurs and find something special today. Visit us at River Park Square's lower level.
Shifting Gears is your new favorite comedy.
Go on.
And with a season of guest stars along for the ride, you just can't look away.
Ignore him.
I can't. He's like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Shifting Gears, tonight on ABC.
I'm Conan O'Brien, and I'm hosting the Oscars for the second time on March 15th. Why am I back? To settle some scores, take care of some unfinished business. Actually, I just left my mouth guard in the theater. They're expensive.
The Gonzaga Prep girls basketball team turns heads this season with an undefeated record, 14-0 now. Our Mia Green spent some time with them and gives us an inside look at the girls behind the success.
The Gonzaga Prep girls basketball team has been tearing through their competition and ranked #1 in the Greater Spokane League's 4A.
We asked them to do stuff that's really hard, and they seem to enjoy trying to do it together. And I think that's the bigger lesson that we're trying to get through basketball.
That approach shapes everything the Bullpups do.
One of the things we've talked about a lot this year is something we call the urgency of now. We get too focused on things that are down the road and not maybe the process of how you get there.
And for junior Ayla Cornwall, that message hits home.
Supporting them and their successes, and they reciprocated that and supported mine. My coming back from recovery and everything have just been there for me.
Cornwall earned All-State honors as a freshman, but missed last season with a major knee injury. Now she embraces every moment back on the court with college offers waiting for her.
I like to understand that sure I have stuff going for me, but also it's really important that you only go through high school once. You only get 4 years to live this out.
And for seniors like Laura Thompson, living in the moment has built a lasting sisterhood.
It's just like something that I don't know if I'll ever be able to find somewhere else. So it's something that I've really cherished the last 4 years, and I'm like continuing to just be grateful for it every single day that I get to be in the gym with them.
The Bullpups focus on now, and they do it together. From Spokane, I'm Mia Green, 4 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Mia. It's been fun to watch them this year. The Seattle Seahawks are a game away from returning to the Super Bowl. They need to get past the high-powered LA Rams to do so. Seattle ripped off 7 straight dubs before thrashing San Francisco last week to host this NFC Championship game and avoided losses either through huge blowouts or late comebacks. Hawks quarterback Sam Darnold spoke today about his and his team's philosophy around protecting huge games like these.
I'm going to turn it loose, and I'm going to, if it's there and, we get the coverage for the right play and I feel like it's there, I'm going to let it rip. But yeah, just being smart with the football is always at a premium. Like I gotta take care of the football at the end of the day. And, that's where my mind's at. But, if we get the right coverage and the right play and I feel like the guy's open, I'm going to let it rip.
Darnold led the league in turnovers this season, but he didn't cough the ball up in either the Week 18 or divisional round wins over the 49ers. The Gonzaga Bulldogs opened WCC play at 7-0, the final unbeaten team in the conference, as St. Mary's suffered a huge 8-point loss at Santa Clara this weekend. Today presents a shot at the Pepperdine Waves, sitting last in the conference. They're 1-6. An extra note, starting big Graham Ike is out again for today. He missed the Seattle U game with an ankle injury. No rush back so far. Gonzaga needs to rely on their great wing depth and outside shooting to help lift this offense, and it looks so far that way. The score right now is 43-25, which is not exactly too shocking. Again, Pepperdine haven't been able to get it together this season, losing a lot of guys off a talented roster last year. It's tough for them, and not too good for Pepperdine. But we'll have highlights post-game reactions from the team coming nightside.
Davis Fogel having another big game for the Zags here so far.
All right, Chris, how are the fans going to do as they leave?
That is a good question. This buck thinks it's going to be just fine, though. This is a Wildlife Wednesday preview for you, a white-tailed buck from Mark Boat, enjoying the little bit of snow at elevation in North Idaho. Mark tells me this buck better enjoy that rack while it lasts. They are shedding like crazy all over North Idaho. I'll be back with more photos and your 7-day forecast.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 5th. Get your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
These are the final days of the Walker's New Year clearance event, where they're ending the month with big-time savings up to 70% off. Or receive 0% interest financing until 2031 with no down payment and no minimum purchase.
So you can enjoy that furniture you've been wanting at final New Year clearance prices. Going on now at Walker's.
Out here, no one hands you anything. Every log milled, every board stacked. That's all you. And your checking account should work just as hard. Ascend Checking from P1FCU earns you 3.5% APY with no monthly fees. No gimmicks, just rewards for the work you're already doing. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Thanks for helping out today, Davis. Hey, how did you convince Gonzaga this was important enough to send you out?
Oh, easy. I just told him the truth.
Okay, which is what?
That there was a customer without heat.
Oh, okay.
And you had no chance of fixing it without my help.
You just hold the flashlight.
Well, yeah. I doubt you could fix this in the dark.
Really?
Call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up.
People from North Idaho are built for long, snowy winters.
And so are the Subarus they drive.
With symmetrical all-wheel drive, every Subaru handles winter's toughest challenges with ease. No matter how harsh the weather gets, your Subaru stays in control.
Add heated seats and advanced safety features, and you're ready for anything winter brings.
Find your winter-ready Subaru today at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
All right, welcome back. We, of course, have been dealing with all these, sub-freezing temperatures, but the animals have been having to deal with it as well.
And they seem to be fine.
They take it in stride.
Yeah.
We could all take a page out of their book. It's Wildlife Wednesday time, and oh boy, I love a porcupine. And Dora Z. Davis spotted this porcupine out at Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge, and it's hard to tell where the quills are and what is the brush there at the Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge. And I bet he's pretty happy that there's no snow on the ground because he was finding something to eat there. Same with this moose who is lounging in the dry brush there in Post Falls. Sherry Gwynn spotted this gorgeous moose. Boy, that is a healthy looking moose. And finally, I love this photo. Larry and Kazu Crumpleman sending this photo of a couple of bighorn ewe, and Kazu wrote that it was like they had Velcro on their hooves, the way they would jump from rock to rock so gracefully and really defying gravity. Pretty amazing. Thanks for the great photos. Well, someone is hogging all the winter weather. We are certainly not getting the snow, but it is flying throughout the upper Midwest into the Northeast, and they are bracing for it down in the southern plains as well. Let's take a look at all of the watches and warnings across the region. There is a winter weather advisory for parts of Colorado, but everything you see in blue here is a winter storm watch for a big storm that's going to be moving in, heading into the weekend, bringing with it some heavy snow all the way as far south as Dallas and beyond. Meanwhile, this area shaded in this darker blue right here, that is an extreme cold warning. So it is not only going to be bitter cold, but also wind chill values. Well, I was talking to a meteorologist in Marquette, Michigan today. They're bracing for 40 below wind chill values. A blizzard warning right here in parts of Iowa, and it is just a mess all the way up through New England. Here, very quiet weather, but it is going to get cold. In fact, the coldest weather, close to the coldest weather of the season so far. We've had one day officially in Spokane that we've dropped into the teens this season. We've got 4 in the forecast, and this comes along with the clearing skies. We're about ready to rip the blanket off, and that's going to allow our temperatures to drop down into the teens. This white line right there is your average high. Here's what's going on. Arctic air pouring into the northern plains and the Midwest. We are going to start to get some of that Arctic air feeding through on a northeasterly breeze by Friday. That's going to help get rid of the clouds, but it's also going to bring in some colder air. So expect a cold but sunny weekend, maybe a snow flurry possible the middle of next week. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, it is no secret that Spokane is home to some amazing wineries.
And next month, you can experience them all in one place. The Spokane Winery Association is hosting the first ever Sip Spokane event on February 15th, right after Valentine's Day, at the Chateau Rive in downtown Spokane. It features tastings from 12 local wineries and specialty wine shops, along with hors d'oeuvres and lots more. Tickets range from just $35 to $50 and are on sale now.
All right. Well, the high cost of living has bogged down many Americans' wallets. Housing, food, and energy costs all continue to rise. But one source of relief is at the pump. Jen Sullivan explains why gas prices are plummeting and how much you can expect to save.
Drivers can expect cheaper gas in 2026. It's a rare source of relief as many Americans are drowning in higher prices.
It's going to be a very affordable year for many Americans when it comes to filling their tanks.
Patrick DeHaan with fuel savings platform Gas Buddy says national prices are projected to average around $2.97 a gallon. That's the cheapest it's been since COVID. That's about 13 cents cheaper this year than last year.
It doesn't sound like a whole lot. It's still going to save Americans $11 billion over the course of 2026.
That would translate to an average household spending of just over $2,000 on gas for the year, down from $2,700 in 2022. So what's causing this?
OPEC is primarily the reason why gas prices this year are going to be lower, is because OPEC is producing more.
DeHaan says there are some wild cards that could cause prices to go up, like hurricanes, political conflict in Iran, or the war between Russia and Ukraine becoming more volatile. But ultimately, DeHaan says this downward trend will continue throughout the year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
Ready for a refresh? From fabrics to the floor plan, we can pull it all together. Create spaces you'll love. For a limited time, get free accessories with your furniture purchase. The Tin Roof, it's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Landowners in the Inland Northwest know when it comes to power, performance, and reliability, nothing beats a Coyote tractor from Jordan Sales and Service. Family owned and trusted for over 25 years, Jordan Sales and Service helps you tackle any property with Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, UTVs, and skid steers built for real work. Our full-service parts and service department keeps your Coyote tractor running strong every season. Visit Jordan Sales and Service, your home for Coyote tractors and unbelievable hometown service.
At Parker Toyota, our commitment to you begins the moment you drive off the lot in your new vehicle.
We have more Toyota Master Diagnostic technicians than anyone in the Northwest.
That means our technicians are the most experienced at identifying and fixing any mechanical issues, ensuring that your Toyota receives the care it deserves.
Open 7 days a week. Call or go online to schedule your appointment at parkertoyota.com.
Figuring out how to best care for a senior in your family can be overwhelming. That's why several Spokane senior living communities have joined forces to bring you helpful, timely videos at kxly.com/seniorliving. Get expert advice, find trusted resources, and prepare your family for the future. Become informed because we know the needs of your loved ones will continue to change. Visit kxly.com/seniorliving today for helpful information and for people you can contact with your questions.
Ready for a refresh? From fabrics to the floor plan, we can pull it all together. Create spaces you'll love. For a limited time, get free accessories with your furniture purchase. The Tin Roof, it's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Book your stay and play today at MissaquaCasinoHotel.com.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the 19-1 Gonzaga Bulldogs men's basketball team hosting the Pepperdine Waves right now at the Kennel. It's at halftime with the Zags leading 47-29. We'll have highlights of this one, plus the Cougs at San Diego tonight on Nightside, starting at 11.
And your planning forecast plan for one more cloudy day, but find your sunglasses because looks like the mountains aren't the only ones that are going to get some sunshine going, but we also have some cold mornings out at the bus stop.
Yeah, 16, 17, some of those overnight lows. Woo.
But not 40 below. That's what I'm taking with me. You said Marquette, right? That's
Marquette, yeah, in the UP of Michigan.
UP, eh?
Yeah, nice. Nice. 40 below wind chill.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6. Don't forget to come back for Nightside at 11.